So I ordered up this latch mechanism from Amazon, and so you have a storm door. The storm door closes and then latches onto this and then pushes this in. But this is, it needs to be extended just a little bit because the door is closing and it's not even touching it. So they included a couple of little shims. So those little shims you just put onto the back here, like this. And those shims did not provide enough space, so when I go and I add 2 more shims, I'm acting like these are 2 extra shims, so that gives me the thickness that I need right there. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this, I'm going to redesign this right here, design the total thickness here, so this total width right here. So let's get that. So I get my calipers out. Let's go with, there we go. We got very faded 5.53. You can barely see that probably. 5.53 though. So let's write that down. So thickness 5.6. We're using millimeters. So okay, we got the thickness, and then I can I can take a picture of this and upload that to Onshape, and that will then I can then trace this out exactly and get the exact size that I want. So then I can put in the size of the 5.6 millimeters thick. So I will recreate this. Let me take a picture of this. I'm going to upload it into Onshape, and that will continue the video, and we'll go on from there. Okay, we have a Onshape open. We have our free subscription. I'm going to create document. I'm going to call this Shim. All right, so now we're going to do an import. So let's click on our front here, and we're going to create a sketch on that. All right, we are sketching on the front plane right now. I created that. So now we're going to go over here, go to this insert image. And I'm going to look for that image. And I clicked on the image, and now I'm going to click on this little dot right here, and I can throw it in here, and I can scale it to whatever size I want. So I'll just throw it in here, whatever size it appears, that's fine. We will fix that in a second here. Let's click on front. All right, so it's fairly we want to take the picture that is following, it's vertically aligned as much as we can with the this edge right here. So that's good. Now we're going to sketch out the first dimension, and let me grab my calipers. All right, so now we're gonna check with our calipers what the total width of this guy is, and I have width of it is, let's say, 21.5. So once I put in that new dimension, it may shrink or it may get larger. So first I'm going to go over here to line, create a line here, and then we can hit L to get out of that, L to get back in, L. There we go. We create 2 lines, L to get out, D for distance, or click on this guy right here. We're going to go here, and then we said 21.5. It's going to shrink down about half. That's fine. And that's exactly what we want. So now we can continue building this, and everything should be to scale now. So let's start creating the total, the square. So I'm going to go from here all the way up here, and because I must have taken it, my camera was a little skewed perhaps, I'm just going to go with the outside here. It should be fine, and we'll match this up in a second. So let's put some fillets on here. So let's go over here to sketch fillet, and we'll just match up this fillet, whatever it is. There we go. We got like a 7. Perfect. And so I'll click there, click outside, and it's making those fillets for me. We're just gonna keep that the same. Yes, everything looks good. Notice, yeah, so it's not following exactly. That's fine, no problem. And we can get rid of this extra edge right here. So let's click on click that edge, delete, click that extra edge, delete. Now we're going to go over here and we're going to build this right here, and So we can go with circle. We're going to build a circle and get it just approximately what it is. So it's going to say, let's say about 4 millimeters. So we can hit D for dimension, and then we can put 4 in there. We can put 4 in here. Okay. And now we can actually grab this and we can slide it over a little bit. X or get out of that circle. Yep, should let me. Yep, there we go. I was able to grab it right there by the circle right there, by that dot. Now I can create a line from here to here. L to get out, L to get back in, a line to here. Okay, and then we're going to do some trimming. So L to get out of that, we're going to go over here to trim, M. So we can trim this guy. And that up here is pretty good. So now I'm going to build this and take it down to here. What I can actually do is a transpose. So let's get out of that. And then we're going to go with the linear pattern. We're going to do we'll do a transform. So we're going to click on these outside edges here. And we're going to go and should be able to pull this down. Notice it's a little bit bigger. That's not a huge issue. Okay, and now left click. See the green little check? We'll click there. All right, it moved it. Let's see. We want to transform. All right, so it just moved it. It didn't actually make a copy of it, which kind of silly, but anyway, we'll fix that in a second. So what we can do with that is we can extrude this out. Let's Control Z this. All right, so that transform didn't work. So what we can do next is we can extrude this guy out, and then we'll just copy this shape right here and then do the transform in a different method. So let's finish the sketch. Let's extrude this, and like I said before, it was 5.6 millimeters thickness. So click on that guy. We're going to change 5.6. Okay, and we can use our right mouse button to rotate that, and we see it's growing quite a bit there. So let's click OK. And notice our sketch disappears here. So we can hover over here, click on the little eyeball. We got our sketch back. Let's click on front again, and let's go in here, and we want to take this and we want to extrude that. So let's go to extrude again. I'm going to grab this little edge right here, and we actually just want to build a solid, and we want it to go the opposite way. So it's saying that it wants to merge. I don't want it to merge. I'm going to go with new. So, and it's quite long, which is just fine because we're going to poke it through, and we can actually do a symmetric. So you see it poking through all the way. And now we can say, okay, so it's not actually united or unioned to it. So now we can take that, we're going to front here. We're going to move this down about, to that area right there. We're going to eyeball it. So we're going to do that transform again. This transform will do a better job because we can do this right here. We copy part. All right. So, but in this case, we don't actually have to copy part because we actually have the piece sitting here, and we already have it subtracted. So I'm going to click on front, and I'm going to click on that piece right there, and I'm going to go over here, translate by X, Y, Z. Grab this edge right here and drag it down to approximately where I think it should go. And yep, that sounds good. Looks good to me. If you want to play around and make that a little bit bigger, we can't make it bigger unless we modify that original sketch. Okay, so if we want to make that a little bit bigger and match that a little better, let's see. So we go back into the original sketch. Everything is all correlated. So let's go back in the original sketch. We'll take this edge, we'll drag this edge just down a little bit, and this edge a little bit over. It didn't actually drag that. It dragged the entire thing. So, but let's see. Actually, we got some weird stuff going on here. So let's grab this, drag it out. Notice it's okay. The reason it's doing this is because it's not like fully constrained. To fix that, we can go click on this guy, and we can do a tangent. So now it's fixed that edge for us. And we can click here and do a tangent on that guy. Or a tangent, okay, and this guy to this guy, tangent, and this guy to this guy tangent. All right, so now it's nearly perfect. I should be able to grab, okay, let's Control Z that. I should be able to change this, but I'm gonna actually have to change this diameter right here. So let's go 4.2, 4.2, and then now I can grab this, Control Z, get back out. All right, we're grabbing everything and trying to just simulating it. All right, that's good. It's a little bit bigger. Bigger, I think, is better because it will allow me to have more space to put my screw. I'll finish that, and this should automatically update. And then that one right there is bigger too. All right, and I think that's good. So I use my right mouse button to rotate that guy. Let's do a subtraction out of this. So let's go over here to Boolean. We're gonna do subtraction, subtract. We're gonna do tools. This is our tool, and this is our target. Okay, and gone. There we are. All right, so now if we want to add, you know, a little radius or something to the outside edge, we could do that. We could actually hide our original image too. I go over here to hide this sketch. Now we got only what we want to see. We can make this hollow, but the Cura software will slice it and make it hollow for us, so I think it's fine. Let's create a nice, you know, radius on the outside edge here. Fill it. I'm going to fill it all of these. You can click on all the edges, or if you want to fill it and click on one edge, let's click on that, or let's right click on that, and now we can go to select tangent connected edges and see how everything updated now. We'll change this to something smaller, so maybe like a 0.5, just so it's not sharp. We can click on this edge here, and it does the same thing. Looks good. Green check. There we are. All right. And if you ever want to hide these planes, if they're in your way, we can click on those, and we can hit Y to hide them, or we can go over here and we can click a little eyeball. Okay, let's click on front again. All right. Now we're back. And yeah, that's good. So now let's export this guy out. Let's go over here to File, Parts right here. We're going to do Export. We're going to export this out as Shim. All right, Shim is done. Now we're going to open up our Cura software. All right, we got our Cura software open. Now we're going to go over here to File, Open Shim.stl. Okay, open. There's our Shim. We want to lay this guy down, so let's click on that guy. Let's do a rotation. And we're going to rotate right here. Give it a little red arrow. It automatically landed it, which is good. And now we can do our slice. So I got my black Sunlu type of material with 0.2 layer height. These are, I keep these pretty much the same all the time. I'm going to go slice. It's going to take 19 minutes to make this. Save the disk. Downloads, Shim, okay. Alright, so now I'm going to fire up my 3D printer and throw this file onto there through my Raspberry Pi. Let's give that a check. I got my Raspberry Pi open now. Got my Octoprint here. And I'm going to throw that file into here. So let's go with upload, Shim, open. And we're going to print this guy now. So I wanted to show you the final design and the installation of it. So it matches up pretty good, and if functionality is perfect. So mission accomplished. Thanks for watching. Bye.